Have you ever wanted to be an actor? Have you ever imagined what it would be like to play the lead role in a feature film? Sometimes it starts with being in a small film, such as a student production, to help future actors practice their talent. Our guest today will talk about her experience as an actress playing the lead role in a student film and what it's like to work with a film student. The Humanities Communication Arts Department at Norwalk Community College presents The New Directors, the show that introduces you to television's future writers, directors, and personalities. And now join our host, Doug Sutherland, to meet the next new director.
Thank you for joining us today for today's edition of The New Directors. All the people involved with this program are students in the television production course and are directing, switching, controlling audio, operating cameras, and acting as talent for the first time today. The guests you are about to meet are students who, when not on camera, are behind the scenes working hard to bring this program to you with as few mistakes as possible. Each student will write and direct 3 different productions. This program will give them the chance to talk about themselves, the productions they are planning, and give you a chance to get to know them and watch their progress throughout the semester. Our guest today is a person who started her acting career playing the lead role in a student film called Where Can I Find Mr. Right?, where she learned that she enjoyed the process of filmmaking and is now in the film and TV production program. We'd like you to meet today's guest, Jessica Rivera.
Thank you for having me.
So can you tell us how you got involved in starring in your first video production?
Absolutely. I got involved with this production because I wanted to know more about TV production and film. And I came into NCC to meet with the film and TV production professor, Stony Duran. And he asked me to come in and sit for his students while they practiced their lighting, which then gave me a chance to meet his students and have an opportunity to talk to them about the projects that they had done. I met a really great girl who had written a script about a girl who is trying to find Mr. Right. And she asked if I would play the lead role in her film, and I agreed. And while we worked on the film, I got to meet other students who had also taken the TV production courses who were also starring in the film with me. That gave me an opportunity to not only see what goes on behind the scenes and use my acting talent, but also it helped to validate my feelings about wanting to discover what goes on in TV production and film. After working with everyone in the film, I was able to take the next step to take the courses myself and figure out which area interests me the most. Working on the film also gave me an opportunity to be in front of the camera as well as observe what goes on behind the camera, which for me was very interesting to see all of the little details that go on when you are putting together a film, writing a script, the storyboard, and meeting with all of the actors and getting to know everyone on set, changing the locations, studying my lines, and rehearsing, and finding this, really great project at the end.
Can you tell us why you decided to take the TV production course?
Ever since I can remember, I have enjoyed film and television production. So when I completed the project with this film, I decided that it was probably my turn to take the next step and take the TV production course.
What are some of the most useful things that you learned in the production course?
Some of the most useful things I've learned were how to operate a camera, how to frame my shots. I learned about how to do the close-ups and the long shots. I learned how to film on action. I learned the 6 guidelines of good composition: lines, balance, framing. And I also learned how to use Avid to edit my projects.
Can you tell us about the productions that you did during the course? The Learning Project, the Action Sequence, the Winter Project, and of course the Orange Project.
Absolutely. In the Learning Project, I practiced controlling the camera. I practiced framing. I practiced my long shots, my close-ups, my extreme close-ups, and framing, and how to simplify the background. In my action sequence, we designed a storyboard around someone doing something, changing the distance and the angles, using close-ups and an establishing shot, all while cutting in on the action. In the Winter Project, we used all the techniques we learned and applied them to this particular project. We learned continuous zoom outs. We learned balance, lines. We learned how to do poor man's dissolve. We learned how to do a shift focus. We learned about vertical lines, lines of grace, continuous zoom ins, converging lines, and framing. In the Orange Project, I wrote a screenplay, designed a storyboard with camera positions, used 2 of my friends as actors. I chose the locations I wanted to film. I used framing, long shots, close-ups, the rule of thirds, balance, and over-the-shoulder shots to convey the message that I wanted to come across.
Now we know you had one project that you felt was your best. Can you tell us about that one?
My best project was the Winter Project. I love the Winter Project because not only was I able to go out and discover nature and film different things that I had never known how to film before, such as lines and framing, I got to incorporate all of the things that I had learned into this particular project. And at the end, when I put everything together, I was able to edit everything in Avid, select a song to go with my project, I incorporated the lines, the poor man's dissolve, the continuous zoom outs, and everything that we had learned this semester. Repeated shapes, lines of grace, all while filming in the snow, which for me was a really great experience.
Now you mentioned a variety of things that you learned in the course. Was there one thing that you felt was the most interesting thing, and how will you be using that in the future?
I think the most important thing I've learned is how to take an idea, write a script, design a storyboard, choose your locations, your camera angles, and how to really put the whole thing together to create something, whether it be, what we learned in our Winter Project or our Orange, which was more like a film, and incorporate it all together and then just get something really amazing out of it.
Very good. Well, today we got to meet someone who showed us her talent acting in front of the camera as well as working behind the camera, directing her own production, and how she has started to move towards achieving her goals in TV production. We'd like to thank Jessica for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
We hope you enjoyed meeting some of television's future directors, and we hope you'll continue to join us each week to watch our progress. Thank you and good day.
This has been The New Directors with your host, Doug Sutherland, directed by Brennan Hickey. I'm your announcer, Lloyda Dunbar. The New Directors is a Norwalk Community College student production.